1968 Whoses series. These were small kits that sold for 50 cents each. Hard work never killed anyone, but I'm not taking any chances. This was molded in flesh tone plastic and is the shortest of all Aurora kits made. Let me correct that and say figure kits made. Kits included a peel and stick decal for the base. 1968's So What If I Ain't Smart? I'm Lovely. Molded in flesh tone plastic. The Whoses series did not last very long on the shelves. It was not very popular. Few parts and simple assembly was these kits. Story. 1968's Caution. Engage brain before shifting mouth into gear. Molded in flesh tone plastic, this kit had only 11 parts and a peel and stick decal for the front. 1968's Don't Disturb Me While I'm Doing My Homework. Molded in flesh tone plastic, this is one of the more detailed of the Whoses series. Kit comes with a record player, a radio and an earphone, a soda pop bottle, a pencil, and some books. Here's a look overhead. 1968's My First Mistake of the Day. I Got Out of Bed. Molded in flesh tone plastic again, this kit, believe it or not, only has 6 parts to glue together. Not much of a challenge for a serious model builder. 1968's Homework Never Killed Anyone, but I'm not taking any chances. Molded again in, guess what? Flesh color plastic. This kit had a few parts to glue together. Had a big stack of books made out of 2 parts. Had a telephone, a typewriter, a radio, a soda pop bottle, and a record player on the floor. 1966's The Frog. Kiss me and you'll live forever. You'll be a frog, but you'll live forever. A frog is molded in a light, bright green type plastic and has 3 figures and the big guy. It's actually a pretty rare kit to find. You don't find this kit around too commonly. And it's the first of 2 Castle Creature kits. Hi there. 1966's The Vampire Castle Creature Kit. Molded in flesh color plastic. The Vampire is a detailed kit with lots of little parts to get lost. And the sign on the front reads, I love to go out at night. Way out. There's a vanity chest with a broken mirror and 3 items on it. Cat in a lap. 2 bats on her body. And a rat on the floor. Here's the first of 2 Marvin Glass design kits for Aurora. The Wacky Back Whacker. This kit originally sold for $3 new, and sales were very poor. Besides that, it was difficult to build and to get to work right. Here's a look at the seldom seen built-up. Molded in tan plastic with a pink figure. And it had various wire parts, and it also had a squeeze ball that squeaked. The sign says posterior paddle. This sign had a real piece of rope with it too. Here's a view of the kit actually working. And this one you can build and get to work. Not too badly. It's a bit of a struggle. These kits are pretty scarce though. Here's an overhead view of the kit. And here's our deformed friend. Here's 1965's Nutty Nose Nipper. which again was one of these complex kits with lots of moving parts that sold for $2.98 printed right on the box. Here's a look at this conglomeration of gears and wheels. These kits were designed to have a wood grain look about them, so you could really do a nice job building them up. The Victim, originally, I believe, was supposed to have a soft nose molded in red plastic, but this one is hard, so I can't be sure of that. Here's a look at some of the gears. And here's a look at it working. It has a spring on the string, but this kit really wouldn't work well unless that nose was flexible. Big Frankie, formerly known as Gigantic Frankenstein. This is a big model kit. It included paints and a brush in the box, 3 different bottles of paints. Had a chain, a rock, stood nearly 2 feet tall. He's a big guy, there's no doubt about it. Came in dark gray and copper colored plastic. Here's a look at Big Frankie's face. This kit in the box can bring over $1,000. If a collector really wants it, who knows how much he'll pay. They're not too commonly found. They sold for around $5 new and were not very popular sellers because that was too much money back in 1964. He's big. There's a 1964 Mad magazine cover showing Frankenstein building an Alfred E. Neuman kit. Did Aurora answer with this Alfred E. Neuman kit? Molded in pinkish flesh plastic. The Alfred E. Neuman kit was a neat kit. You could only build them one way at a time unless you bought 4 kits, but he was buildable 4 different ways. We don't have 4 different built-ups to show you, but we can show you the sides of the box and we can show you the instruction sheet, which shows you some of the different ways that you could build it. It had 4 sets of arms and 4 signs that you can put with this kit to make it different ways. 1966 Canada, the Mad Doctor, an extremely rare kit, highly sought after by serious Aurora collectors. We only have a black and white photo to show you of this kit, but chances are the 3 kits, the Mad Doctor, the Mad Barber, and the Mad Dentist, were all molded in pinkish flesh plastic. Here's the Mad Barber, another very rare kit. Made only in Canada, 1966. Here's a look at an unassembled Mad Barber. And here's a look at a built-up Mad Barber. These are great kits. Lots of detail, crazy poses, and a lot of fun in general. Believe me, if you find one of these kits, don't build it. You'll kill the value. You can find one built up, you're extremely lucky. And some people are making resin recasts of these kits. Here's a look at some of the details of the Mad Barber.